Hi, in this video let's try to learn about the system module and the parameters provided in the system module that you can use along with the PhantomJs. So for that I'm going to require the system module and I'm going to assign this to a variable with the name system. And the first thing is arguments. I'll show you that in a couple of minutes, but let's start with the environment. So environment will return an object. So if I say console.log system.env, you will not see the exact environment, but rather you will see some strange object. Okay, for that let me try to run this. You see that it has returned an object with a key and its value. Okay, um, and I have not used phantom, so I exit, so I have to kill that. So make sure that you use phantom dot exit to close the phantom. So let me try to put this in a for each loop. So I'll say for each x in system. So let me do one thing. Let me say var and I'll assign env variable to system.env. So in that way I don't have to use system.env every time. So I'm just saying for each x in um, env. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to, so let me first delete this. So I'm going to console to the output. What I'm going to console the key, and I'll say equals its value. So how will you get value? Env of x. So now if I try to run this, so you'll get all the environment and its values. Okay, so if you see user is Haja, something like that. Okay, so this is how you get your environment related. So from that, if you want any specific thing that you want to output, okay, you can just say if env of x double equals, or yeah, double equals, and you can say what is that it has printed. Let me say Khaja. Okay, then what I'm saying, only then output. Now if I clear this, if I try to run this, so it will only print me the values, the keys where the value is the name Khaja. So in this case both log name and user is the name having the value as Khaja, so it has printed. So this is how you can use the environment variable, I mean parameter, that is provided under system module. Now let's try to learn about OS. Okay, that is related to your operating system. Again, if you just use system.os, it will return a object, but we want to print all the values that it prints. Okay, so I'm saying in each o in os print all the values. So again I'll say console.log, and I'll say o is, and I'll say os of o. Okay, now let me separate this. Okay, so that we don't have any further confusion. So when I run, you see that it prints everything: architecture, the name, release, version. So if you want to use any specific thing, um, no, you can, if you want, you can just print instead of this, you can just print um, os dot what is that? I will forget again. Okay, so I'll say os.architecture. Now if you run this, it will only print you the 64-bit. The reason that it has printed so many times is that we have returned this inside for loop. So if I run this now, it will print only once, that is 64-bit. So this is how you can use environment and OS. Process ID is very straightforward. It will only print you the process ID. Okay, I'll say process ID is, and you can directly use system.pid. It will return the current process ID. Okay, if you try to run it again, the process ID will be different, because for each process a different process ID will be assigned. So that is how process ID works. And again, when it comes to platform, again platform has so many parameters linked to it. So if you directly try to print platform to the console, it will only give you object. Okay, yeah, I think I'm sorry, actually this case it directly gives you the platform, that is that is PhantomJs. It's not an object, but it has only one value that it will print. So this is all about system module, but as I mentioned you that I'm going to tell you system args, right? So let me clear this out, or let me comment this out. Hold on a second, what happened to this? Okay, if you are on brackets, command alt and backslash will help you comment multiple line. So for you to use the where arguments, right, it's very straightforward. Let me say console.log, and to be able to use arguments, you can just say system.args of, if you just print 0, right, you don't have to give anything. If you print 0, then it will print you the path of the file. Okay, you see that it has printed the path of the file. And let me say 1 2 here, and if I give something like hello, I'll say hello world, this is new line, something I'm just giving random. If I print enter, it the first argument by default is the path of the file, and the second argument is as it continues. Okay, so you'll see that the first argument it has printed this one, second argument hello world, and third argument this is new line. So this is all about the system module. Um if you have any questions, feel free to ask me through the comment section. If you have any questions, let me know. Any feedback is most welcome, and thanks for watching the video.